Come into Tadasana, standing pose, and bring your focus to the breath. Starting to deepen the breath, getting to the bottom of your exhale and going to the top of the inhale softly. Take a moment to set an intention for the practice. On the next inhale, raising the hands high above the head, taking hold of the left wrist and pulling the left wrist towards the right. Taking your next in-breath into the spaces between the ribs on the left rib cage, and inhaling back to standing, swapping hands and pulling the right wrist over to the left, and start to open up the right side of your rib cage like an accordion with the next inhale, balancing out the weight across the feet, and exhale to draw the hands back to prayer pose in front of the heart. On the next inhale, raise the hands high, and exhale, forward bend, at least a soft bend in the knees, forward towards shins, stepping back to kneeling on all fours, and inhale into up cat, exhaling back into child's pose, or into downward facing dog if you'd like to go a little more deeply. Back to all fours and press the right heel back, either foot to floor or lifted, and join with the opposite arm if you'd like a deeper version. Then bring knee to nose or elbow to knee as you exhale, and inhale to stretch out through the back body. Exhale to tuck and inhale to stretch out. Placing both hands to the floor if they're not already, and stepping that back leg forward to come to kneeling lunge. Getting really long in the spine as you inhale, keeping hands to floor or hands to the front knee, or lifting hands all the way up into kneeling lunge, choosing the version that feels right for you. Dropping the left hand down, take the right hand to the inner thigh or right hand high to twist towards that front leg, keeping the pelvis low and drawing the right armpit up and away from the pelvis. And if you'd like to deepen it further, taking hold of the outside edge of that back foot, releasing and coming back to all fours, inhaling into up cat and exhaling back to downward facing dog or child's pose if you need an easier version. Coming back to all fours, pressing the left heel back now, either foot to floor or lifted. Feel free to keep both hands to the floor or join with the opposite arm, and exhale knee to nose or elbow to knee. Inhale to stretch through the back body and exhale to tuck. Stepping that left foot forward between the hands, sinking into kneeling lunge, either hands to floor, hands to the front knee, lifting the belly away from the spine, or hands all the way up to the full position. Enjoy your breath, sinking the pelvis low as you exhale, and then coming to the twist as you inhale, opening up into that left side body, or if you'd like the deeper version, holding onto the outer edge of that back foot. Exhale to release, coming back to all fours, inhaling into up cat, and either staying there with the breath or dropping down to cobra and scooping through and back into downward facing dog. After the next exhale, step, walk or jump the feet between the hands. Inhale to look up and lengthen, softening into the back of the heart. Exhale to fold. Strong through the backs of the legs, inhaling, coming all the way up to standing and back to Tadasana. Smoothing out the breath. Inhaling to raise the hands high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, looking up to lengthen, press fingertips down and back. Exhale, stepping back into plank pose. Inhaling into up cat, feel free to stay there or scooping through to cobra, strong through the legs, and exhaling back into downward facing dog. Feel free to stay there or take the right toes to the floor behind or right heel high, and bring the right knee to the nose, shoulders over wrists as you exhale. Inhaling, stretching that foot back up. Exhaling, stepping that right foot forward between the hands, and inhale to raise the hands high, or keep the hands to the front knee if you need to, or deepening to take hold of either elbow, sending the armpits forward and drawing the elbows back. On the next inhale, raising the hands high, and exhale, framing that front foot with the hands to come into a hamstring stretch. Feel free to keep the knee as bent as you need to so there's no strain in the hamstring. Exhale to come towards straight with that front leg, and inhale to frame that front knee over the heel to supported high lunge. When you're ready, cut the back heel in, keep that front knee squared over the front foot, and inhaling up into Warrior Two. On the next inhale, coming to Reverse Warrior, sliding that back hand down the outer edge of that back foot, or binding if you'd like a deeper version. And then reaching into Parsvakonasana, right forearm to right thigh, either staying bound there or raising that left arm high, or turning the palm towards the front of your mat, little finger side of the hand turning down and arcing that arm over the head. If you'd like to go deeper still, right hand comes down in front of the right foot. On the next inhale, back up into Warrior Two. Flip the back palm up, back heel up, coming through high lunge and stepping it back to your version of plank, kneeling or straight-legged. Inhaling into up cat, cobra or upward facing dog, and exhaling back into downward facing dog here. Getting really long through the side body, lifting buttock bones high. Left toes to floor, left heel high, left knee to nose, shoulders over wrists as you exhale. Inhale to straighten that leg back up, and exhale, pulling the thigh in as close as you can towards the torso to step that left foot forward between the hands, and inhaling up into your version of crescent lunge, belly away from front thigh. If you'd like to go deeper, holding opposite elbows, pulling elbows back as you send the armpits forward, inhaling up into crescent lunge and folding forward to find the hamstring stretch, exhaling as you find the hamstring stretch, coming towards straight in that front leg, and inhaling to come through supported high lunge. If you'd like to go deeper, you can lift the front toes and draw the back heel towards the floor, but just if there's no strain in the hamstring. On the next inhale, cutting that back heel in and cartwheeling the arms up or helping yourself up into Warrior Two. On the next inhale, sliding the back hand down the back thigh, coming to Reverse Warrior or Bound Reverse Warrior. Pulling both thighs out and back, and then finding Parsvakonasana, your version, either forearm to thigh, staying bound if you like, or lifting that arm high or arcing the arm over the head to find one long line from outer edge of back foot right through to the fingertips of the top hand, or if you'd like to, dropping that bottom hand down in front of the front foot. On the next inhale, coming to Reverse Warrior, cartwheeling the arms up and over, flip the back heel up and stepping back to your version of plank, kneeling or straight-legged. Inhaling into up cat, cobra or upward facing dog, and exhaling back into downward facing dog. Smoothing out the breath here. After the next exhale, step, walk or jump the feet between the hands. Inhale to look up and lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhaling all the way up to standing and exhaling back to Tadasana. Balancing out the weight across the feet, lifting tall into the crown of the head and finding your focus on your breath once again and sending your breath around it. Namaste.